Today on OC News, a bank in Fullerton witnessed an attempted robbery. It's also tax season, so beware of scammers as you file your taxes.
And good news for Disney enthusiasts. A new disability access protocol will be set in place starting next month. All that and more in OC News.
Now in tech news, the first responder on the scene.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts
I feel
over the years.
blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the
Broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
OC News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to OC News. My name is AJ Yabut.
And I'm Mason Awadala. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
Welcome to our 5:15 show. We hope you all had a great spring break.
And Eid Mubarak to our Muslim students. A frightening event took place at a local Wells Fargo when a man attempted to rob a bank with an explosive. Our reporter, Roberto Ortega, has more on this with the details.
A man was killed while attempting to rob a bank with a bomb threat in Fullerton during the last week of March. At 5:09 p.m. on March 26, an alert was received by the Fullerton Police Department regarding an attempted bank robbery at Wells Fargo's, located on the intersection of West Bastenchury Road and West Laguna Road. Responding to the situation promptly, law enforcement officials arrived at the scene within a span of 2 minutes and cordoned off the area, leaving no escape routes for the suspect. The police were able to effectively contain the situation by securing the surroundings of the building. A male suspect in his 70s, donning a white mask and carrying a detonator, entered the Wells Fargo's bank while it was occupied by bank officials and residents. Once the suspect bagged the money, he stepped out of the building and was shot by police informants. He was pronounced deceased on scene. Due to a bomb threat, the bomb squad made an appearance and found an actual explosive on scene. Luckily, nobody else was killed or hurt. A city like Fullerton is considered one of the friendliest neighborhoods to live in. However, it is appalling for locals having to deal with such a heavy topic in a present environment.
It's important for us to feel safe around here, and just the fact that someone has a bomb, that's again, it's absurd, and honestly, it's honestly scary.
Yeah, it is kind of concerning that there was a bomb threat at a bank, especially like in Fullerton. Fullerton's like a really nice area. We got Brea, Yorba Linda, Placentia. Those are very nice areas around here. So for that to take place is very concerning. Yeah.
From Fullerton, California, my name is Roberto Ortega, and you're watching OC News.
We hope you had your shades on because the first total solar eclipse since 2017 appeared in the sky on Monday, making people take a step outside and look up for such a marvelous event. Areas from Mexico to Canada got a glimpse at the full eclipse for a short period of time, as the path of the solar eclipse stretched from Texas to the northeast coast of the U.S. But unfortunately for California and our local residents, we only got to see a partial eclipse. The next total eclipse is not set to take place until August of 2044. And maybe this time, Orange County can get a chance to put their shades on and get a good look at this glorious event.
It's that time of the year again when Americans are filing their taxes and waiting for their possible refunds. As we approach the tax deadline on April 15th, the IRS is urging taxpayers to be more cautious of scammers who are trying to make money of their own. The IRS is warning taxpayers to watch out for fake letters, asking them to provide personal information to receive an unclaimed refund. These letters can contain the IRS letterhead to make them look more legitimate. The IRS says that they will never contact taxpayers by email, text, through social media for a bill or a tax refund. If you do get a letter in the mail, make sure it matches the number on the irs.gov website.
There is good news in the fast food industry as the workers' minimum wage has gone up to $20 an hour as of this month. Ashley Grimaldo has more on the story.
As of Monday, April 1st, about 500,000 fast food workers in California are making at least $20 per hour, which is $4 more than the overall state minimum wage. What do Cal State Fullerton students have to say about that new bill?
I think that it's nice that they implemented that, but I don't really agree with it because, how come healthcare workers, I don't see them posting anything about increasing the minimum wage to $20, and, it's just going to make fast food go up more because the wages are more.
The new rate applies to restaurant chains with 60 or more nationwide locations. Some restaurants like McDonald's and Jack in the Box have already seen a hike in menu prices in order to cover the cost of the wage increase. The minimum wage going up to $20 per hour for fast food workers may have come as a thrill to those who actually work at fast food. But what are the negative consequences of this bill being passed? Restaurants have begun implementing order kiosks in order to build sales and cut back on labor. Other places, such as Pizza Hut, have even gone as far as laying off thousands of delivery drivers.
It does suck. That does hurt people because I do feel like a lot of people rely on these jobs, especially probably fast food jobs, to pay for schooling, housing, and all that. In saying in like people who go to Fullerton. I thought it was a good thing because I feel like, let me get a good part-time job at a food spot. But I do feel like it would be more competitive to get those jobs now since they go up.
As this new bill comes with its pros and cons for businesses and consumers, many expect to see even more changes take place. This is Ashley Grimaldo with OC News.
Hey Mason, did you catch a solar eclipse this week?
No, I was inside filing my taxes. Did you get to do that yet?
I did, and I didn't get scammed.
Well, coming up after the break, we will dive into the changes that Disney is making to its beloved resorts.
And the Yukon Huskies take down Zach Edey and Purdue in a wild matchup that you don't want to miss right after this.
Cal State Fullerton has been building an art facility for the past 2 years and announced that it will be completed in the fall. Students have had mixed opinions on the art complex is even necessary. Reporter Ty Therian has more on the story.
I'm here inside of the old art facility right next to Poe, and on the other side is where Cal State Fullerton's been under construction for the past 2 years, and finally the new art facility will be completed in the fall of 2024. This new facility is going to have 2 main buildings, one for an art gallery so students can show off their work, and another with high-tech classrooms for students to learn and grow from the experts. I talked to students on campus to get their opinions and more.
Yeah, I am excited. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be there by that time, but yeah, I'm excited.
The length of construction has been a disappointing one for students. Many will be graduating this spring without ever getting to use the new facilities. Instead, they go to classes daily, looking at blue fences and hearing loud trucks.
It didn't really affect me that much. It's just a little ugly, but there's nothing I can do about it.
When I asked students what they wanted in the new art facility, many of them wanted supplies, new studios, and more spaces to show off all their great artwork.
I would probably say maybe studios where students can practice their techniques, whether that's painting, studios, sculptures, anything like that.
Safe to say that Cal State Fullerton students have mixed emotions when it comes to the new art facility. But for all Cal State Fullerton, they're left wondering, what's the next big construction project going to be? I'm Ty Therian for OC News.
Now let's take a look at what's happening around the world. Our reporter Cindy Salmeron has the details.
Thank you, AJ. It's a busy week on international news, so let's begin. A significant meeting is taking place between Taiwan and China. This historic meeting is happening in Beijing. This meeting comes weeks before Taiwan inaugurates a new president that Beijing openly detests. In the opening comments ahead of the closed-door meeting, Xi Jinping emphasized a shared culture and history between China and Taiwan. On the other hand, former Taiwanese President Ma Ying-jeou emphasized his call for peace, which is something he's been promoting through his trip on China. Now we move to Israel and Gaza, where the death toll in Gaza tops 33,300. In an interview that aired on Tuesday, President Biden criticized Netanyahu, saying that the Prime Minister, quote, was making a mistake in his approach to the war with Hamas. Biden also called for a ceasefire. Biden, who has supported Israel since the October 7 attack, on recent weeks has warned that the United States will be forced to change policy if Israel doesn't change its own practice on Gaza. Now we move into Ukraine, where President Zelensky has asked the West for more weapons. Zelensky has also said that he has invited Trump to Ukraine because he's open to hearing the proposal the former president has to end the war. These remarks come after the Republican presidential candidate has said that if he was re-elected, he will negotiate a peace deal to end the war.
Thank you for tuning in into our international segment. Now let's go to Mason.
Thanks, Cindy. Brace yourselves as changes are coming to the Disney parks in Florida and Anaheim regarding a new policy for guests with disabilities. The company is updating its popular disability access service, also known as DAS. This service allows guests with disabilities to sign up for rides instead of having to wait physically in line. The company is updating who qualifies for DAS, as the new policy states that the service is meant for guests who can't wait in line for an extended period due to a developmental disability. AJ, isn't it so exciting that the new visual arts complex is opening soon?
Yeah, but too bad we won't be here to experience it.
It's still exciting for our incoming and continuing art students, am I right?
I guess I'll just be happy for them.
Same here. Stay tuned for more about the Lakers playoff race as they take on the Golden State Warriors.
And couples made sure the solar eclipse day was unforgettable. We'll have this and more shortly after the break.
You'll be the first, Mia.
I got in. Dad, I got in.
You should know this one. Who knows it?
So how's it going in school?
Finish those before you go.
Management function that seeks to develop mutually beneficial relationships with all of our audience.
Hey, do you know what this word means? Empowerment? Authority or power given to someone to do something. EMPOWERMENT. Empowerment.
It was a busy weekend in sports. Roberto Ortega has all the latest updates in the sports world. Take it away, Roberto.
Hello and happy evening this lovely day at Cal State Fullerton. I'm Roberto Ortega, here to inform you of what happened this week. Let's take a look at our very first story. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship game between Purdue and UConn took place this past Monday. Zach Edey had a monster game with 37 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks to start the game defensively, put on the team on his back on both ends of the court. Aggressive, pump fake, up and under, and won by the big man. Purdue was neck and neck with the defending champs of the first half of the game. Of course, Edey can't do it all by himself. That's when Cam Haiti comes in with the putback, putting in momentum for the Boilermakers. Look at that beauty. Boom! But it doesn't matter what you do. You cannot stop UConn when they get it going. The Huskies pull it through, shut it down, and put Purdue away to repeat back-to-back champions. The first time this has ever been accomplished since the University of Florida did it back in 06 and 07. Congrats to Utah. Now, we looked at the side for college. Now let's take a look at the professional side. The Battle of the Pacific took place last night. The Los Angeles Lakers went on to play against the Golden State Warriors at home. This is a critical game for both sides in order to secure a higher seeding between the two. LeBron James, my little sunshine, does what he does in the court. He had a great game with 33 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds. However, Chef Curry and the Golden State Warriors came out flaming hot. They made a total of 26 three-pointers made, second most in franchise history and highest three-point percentage in NBA history, shooting 63% from beyond the arc. The Warriors' big three had a total of 15 threes made combined. That was too much for the Warriors, losing at home with the final score of 134-120. The Warriors are now only half a game behind the Lakers from taking the lead to the 8th seed. Well, that's it for me. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Roberto Ortega. I'll catch you next time. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Roberto. As a Bay Area native, I say go Warriors. I know that students are bummed that spring break is over. However, CSUF Spring Concert is right around the corner. Let's take a deeper dive with Kimmy Garcia as she has the latest information.
With festival season upon us, Coachella and Stagecoach are not the only concerts students are excited about. Cal State Fullerton has their very own spring concert right behind me this semester coming up. On May 4th, students will be excited to gather around as the main artist, Quavo, is here to sing live in front of students. It's one of the biggest concerts Cal State Fullerton puts together. Let's take a deeper dive.
1,000% I'm excited to see Quavo. He's obviously a super famous artist, and I've listened to a good amount of his songs.
I'm definitely looking forward to Quavo, the main guest that we're having. And also, like I said, just seeing the community come together. There's games, food, so it's really fun to be part of that environment.
Students are excited for the spring concert, eager to take a break from studying, homework, and enjoy a night with their classmates. However, some students remain undecided about attending.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go this year. I know people are telling me it's going to be a good spring concert, so maybe I'll try and go, but I honestly didn't even know we had spring concerts.
The good news is that the spring concert is spreading like wildfire throughout campus, and students are starting to hear more about it as it approaches.
I've had many friends go to spring concerts and they love it, and they love being in the crowd and the camaraderie between students and their community, which is something that I would like to do this semester, this year. So hopefully I'll have time, or maybe just go and have fun with my friends.
There you have it, Cal State Fullerton students. You don't want to miss out on the concert of the year featuring Quavo. Make sure you get your tickets from ASI, go on their website and sign up, and then you can download your ticket from there. Once again, I'm Kimberly Garcia, and this is OC News.
Who doesn't love a happy ending? With the solar eclipse happening on Monday, many couples took the opportunity to say I do. One event in Tiffin, Ohio was named, quote, Elope at the Eclipse, end quote, and attracted nearly 200 couples who wanted to be married during the rare occurrence. While some took the opportunity to renew their vows in a true out-of-this-world experience.
That is so sweet. Wait, AJ, aren't you getting married soon?
Yes, but I don't think I'm going to wait for another solar eclipse for that to happen.
Well, for good measure, I might wait. Oh. Well, that's all we have for you today, folks.
Be sure to check out our shows on our YouTube channel. Our next show is next Wednesday at 4:45 p.m. Thanks for watching.
Have a great evening.